It's time for everybody to have those difficult conversations. And one of the things that has kind of been put on my heart is the education part. After I testified, I had two conversations that really kind of woke me up. And one was with my brother-in-law, who is an avid hunter and avid Second Amendment supporter. And he said something to the effect of, well, I don't mind universal background checks. And I was like, okay, well, let's talk about universal background checks. And let's talk about how that's going to affect your life, and whether you borrow, lend, or otherwise transfer firearms to your friends or to your family. You're going to have to do a 4473 every time you want to borrow our gun to go duck hunting or whatever the specific gun you need. And ultimately, my opinion is that universal background checks lead to a registration, which leads to confiscation. And it was just that amount of conversation that I had with him that let him make a different decision. And it gave him the language to take back to his people, his community, his other family, his church, people that he's having conversations with. And it's the same thing with the red flag laws. And the assault weapons ban. I mean, our side has to do a better job of educating ourselves on what those talking points are, and why do I believe what I believe, and how do I make that more palatable, as opposed to just because it's my right. So you have to really explain, figure it out for yourself, figure out that red flag laws are how dangerous they are, and that we also, in red flag laws, we have emergency order of detentions. If a person is dangerous to themselves or others, we've already got laws in place, from my perspective anyway. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, being law enforcement for 22 years, we had them adjudicated right there. We had them 72-hour hold. So there are things in place. It's like, I don't know. I told Congress, I said, every time you legislate against the gun owner, you are being counterproductive. And if they can't figure it out that all these mass murders happen in gun-free zones, I don't know what to tell them.